The cleaning industry offers a clear path to significant monthly revenue. Built on recurring payment structures, which is the beauty of it, it can be a great way to start small business with predictable income. It also is rapidly expanding business sector. Home service entrepreneurs are getting rich at unprecedented rates. Successful entrepreneurs build their wealth through great service, but also through efficient, well-calibrated processes. Under the right circumstances, you can build a six-figure cleaning business without ever getting your hands dirty. Today, I'll show you how to build a remote cleaning business that makes $10,000 a month. This isn't about cleaning houses yourself. It's about building systems that generate income without your physical work. The secret to success in this business isn't about continuously finding more customers. It's about getting more value from each client that you already have. Let me show you how to build this business the right way. First, we need to understand 4 key areas: true profitability, qualified leads, customer relationship, and remote operations. Understanding the true profitability. Many cleaning businesses make good revenue, but poor profit. They focus on the wrong numbers. Recurring work is the foundation for profitability and growth. One-time cleans bring bigger single payments, that is true. But by the way, you need to make sure you're calculating for your overhead, otherwise you're literally shooting yourself in the feet. However, in the long run though, they bring your business less money. Recurring clients give you steady, predictable income. They also provide higher return on your investment. So let's just say you spend $100 on marketing to get a $300 one-time big clean. Not a terrible return, right? But the same $100 could net you thousands of dollars over the course of few years for recurring jobs. See the difference. You must understand that the real cost of each client. For example, you have a marketing cost and the money, training staff cost and the money, and often that takes a while for a new contract to net. You start bringing the money literally into your pocket after your overhead and onboarding expenses. This is why keeping clients matters, right? The ones that come back more than finding the new ones all the time. So here's a quick win for you. Look at your current clients list, count how many are currently recurring versus those that are one-time clients. And you want to stay somewhere around 70% of them to be recurring clients. That's kind of like a sweet spot. And then from there, you keep growing, because the other 30%, you bring the one-timers and then you recruit them again, and then your business grows, and then the recurring ones grow as well. Let's talk about the finding qualified leads real quick. It's natural to chase those big commercial jobs, and everybody wants it, right? I am predominantly in commercial, but especially if you're starting out or if you're not geared for it, because we know that those commercial jobs generate a lot of revenue and can fast track growth, but they're also more labor intensive usually. And then they can generally come with a higher set of expectations that you will encounter. For example, home-based services. When taken on prematurely, they can harm other aspects of your business. You may have less time to develop your roster of home cleaning jobs. You may damage your reputation by attempting a job you weren't ready or qualified or equipped for. If you don't have the training and bandwidth to handle big commercial contracts, you shouldn't probably be chasing them, at least not yet. Eventually, maybe that's what you want. There's like cons and pros. Go check out my video where I talk about the difference between commercial as well as residential. And then don't waste time and money on the wrong clients. If your team, and this is a big one, can handle residential jobs, then focus there. Start in one area, perfect your services in that area, get known in that area, and then expand slowly. I mean, you could skip an area and expand in this area, but then once these two areas expand, they kind of like grow in circle and then start touching one another, and then you will cover it instead of like being on an area, skip one area and expand. It makes like quality control easier. It makes scheduling easier. It builds your reputation in that area. The process will also help you build your monthly recurring revenue. For example, it's easier and often more productive to focus intensively in one service area than to divide your focus among several partially in the beginning, because then you're driving, staffing, gas, maintenance, traffic, getting late to a customer's house, and then they get pissed and upset with you. So keep the logistics in mind, especially as you expand and start finding people. Here's another quick win for you. Choose one neighborhood in the area. Focus in your marketing efforts there until you have a strong presence. Then move on to the next one. Building customer relationships is something that is super important as well. Good cleaning isn't enough. You need to have a good communication. I have quite a few people who call and like, can you come and take over the cleaning? I'm like, what happened? They're like, they're just not responsible. I'm like, are they good at cleaning? Yes, but they're not communicating. They're not managing customers' expectations properly. They're not invoicing and billing the customer properly. So keep those things in mind, because not a single item will put you superior above your competition, but a collection and accumulation of all of them. And you need to be constantly getting a system to expand or extract that customer feedback, so you're knowing how your customer is feeling, kind of like keeping your fingers on a client's pulse, and then respond quickly, right? We're not as straws. You can't just stick your head in the ground and expect that you get your head out and the problem is solved. It does not usually solve itself. So which means you need to address whenever it happens and immediately. Then customers more appreciate it, based on my personal experience of running this cleaning company for 15 plus years and being in the cleaning industry for 20 plus years at the recording of this video. And then show customers that you value their input. Like, just say thank you, right? It just goes a long way. They need to know that you're compassionate, that you're talking from your heart and not just masking it. People can sense it. People are smart. Track everything, of course. When did you last raise your prices? When did you offer additional services? Keep records of every client transaction. This is when bookkeeping is super important, or also CRM system. In ideal, you want to have the CRM system and bookkeeping system both integrated and talking to one another, because this will help you provide a better service. It also help you to know when it's time to activate processes to generate more revenue. For example, you might develop a schedule for upselling. Every 2 months, you may decide to send out an email for an extra service for your clients that can opt in for. Having this process built into your routine will eventually produce predictable revenue that you now can count on. Let's say eventually you will figure out how many people respond positively to your upsell. For example, maybe 5 out of 50 people, let's say, yes, and then they say yes to a $100 upcharge for deep cleaning in the spring. So knowing that, now you can predictably count on a steady and specific stream of income every time you hit send on your outreach email. And now you know that each time you hit that send, there's a dollar value associated to that event. And it's really ROI, which is a return on investment, is going to start. It will overweight the efforts that you put in as you figure the system out. Here's another quick win for you. Create a simple system to get feedback from every customer. Use this information to improve your services. And you can do that. Like, for example, we use a Zoho survey or Zoho forms, and then we email it because we simply just use Zoho. But you don't have to do this. You can put the Google web form and then send it to the customer and then get the aggregated results. And then that's a free, right? Gmail is free. Google web forms is free. Google Builder is free. So there's so many things that you can do. And when you need a verbiage, for example, put ChatGPT and have it spit out the verbiage that you want, the way that you want, whatever it is. Just remember, when you do an action, only ask for one thing from your customer. So if you're asking for a feedback, don't ask for feedback and referral, and then write a review or connect you with someone else. Because what's going to happen in their mind? They're going to see too many things, they're going to feel overwhelmed, and they're going to do what? Nothing exactly, and they will leave. So therefore, actually have them focus on one thing at an action. It's just, here, like, this is the pathway, here's the light, you walk this pathway, and this is the action you're going to take in the end. And you'll be surprised that more people will start complying with your request as you start doing so. So just keep that in your mind. And now let's talk briefly about remote operations. By the way, you don't have to jog all of this down. Go to ansimpact.com and you've got the checklist and a bunch of other free tools and resources that you can start downloading and utilizing now. Some paid information is coming down the road, but nothing that's, which will, it's optional. You can pay for an information if and when it comes out, assuming you'll see a lot of value, and I'm sure you will see, because once you see how much value I provide for free at ansimpact.com, then, a paid version might actually even be appealing to you at some point. The remote back, I did sidetrack a little bit. All of this sounds great, right? For example, but to me, yes, because I did not have this information when I was starting. But regardless, you don't want to be the one who is doing the cleaning. This is the biggest thing. This is what's going to differentiate you working inside of your business or working outside of your business. If you're scrubbing there and cleaning yourself, there's not much business development you can do. There's not much back-end office management and growth you can do because you're physically working. There's nothing wrong with cleaning because we're cleaners, we love it, and then we get payment for this. But if you do it because you have to, not because you love to, then you are a glorified cleaner and not an entrepreneur. Let that sink in for a little bit. So you don't want to be the one who's doing the cleaning. With the right strategy, you will not need to do this. Remote cleaning business allows you to take care of most of your cleaning business functions with a computer and a cell phone. Everyone runs their remote cleaning business a little differently, but usually it involves hiring cleaning contractors to take care of properties that you acquire through marketing and other forms of customer outreach. That is pretty much it. System and strategy might be slightly different. Concept is the same. It's a great way to start a business without much in terms of manual labor or startup cost. Still though, that isn't that easy to say. I need to be upfront with you. It will require some brainstorming, some trial and error, and here and there you might actually end up burning yourself. So as much information you've got, it's good, but just don't become a junkie and collect it. Instead, start taking the action. As they say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the best time to plant a tree now is kind of like yesterday, right? Just plant it now. Get started, progress over perfection. To be successful, you will need to be every bit as committed to quality control as other business owner. Develop management process that can function even without you there. That's the goal. This is how you remove yourself. This is how you're able to travel the world or, not be at work and get paid and get the work done. You should develop a great marketing funnel to drive leads. And I have a separate video, multiple videos that talk about how and what strategies you can use to bring in the leads that are looking for your services, but also a clear internal system that you need to build of processes and procedures that your contractors can follow. Your contractors shouldn't need to contact you to ask questions every time they go out for a house call. And here's another quick win for you. Write down your complete cleaning process. Make it simple enough for any new hire to understand. It's called standard operating procedures. You just vomit out on the paper or actually go ChatGPT, do the voice section and talk to it and have it spit out and then filter it. Of course, human interaction and interference needed so you can perfect it, but that will be a good start for you. And then let's talk briefly about managing team remotely. How do you manage a team without physically being with them? Good tools get this done. You need a software for scheduling, systems for tracking work quality, ways to communicate with the teams and clients, a clear payment collection system. I have a separate video about that as well. Of course, you guessed it. Your staff needs to have a clear direction. They literally should not think they need to know what to do. Create a simple training program, set clear expectations, have regular check-ins, make it easy for them to report problems or ask questions. As you grow, consider developing a management system that keeps you another step removed from the day-to-day aspect of your cleaning business. You will know you've made it when your staff has someone other than you to call if something is happening, right? It means somebody else is in between you and your staff is now acting as a buffer, quality control. So it means you have a manager. You were successfully, to an extent, duplicated yourself. And here's another quick win for you. Choose one management software that handles scheduling, client information, and team communication. For example, we use Zoho CRM and we really customized it, like hired some freelancer, did the trials and errors over the years. And if you want to try it out, the link will be down below. You can get a 2-month $100 from it, it costs $50 a month. And if you don't like it, you can cancel. It's an affiliate link. Yes, if you buy from it, I get something in return as well. So thank you for that, should you do that. But overall, 3 months, use the software. And then if you need help customizing it, reach back out and see how we can help you there. Let's talk about a money part. Reaching a $10,000 on the monthly revenue as promised in the title of this video. This might mean 50 regular residential clients at $200 per month. Or it might also mean 20 larger customers at $500 per month. The key is finding the right mix for your team and your market. So as you can see, it's not a huge, unreasonable number to achieve. But again, as with anything else, you want to start small and test. Give 5 clients, literally like smart stall. Let's say you find the very first 5 clients, serve them perfectly, add 5 more. Keep building slowly but steadily. Focus on quality over speed. Good service leads to referrals, and the referrals are free marketing, and they're the best conversion. So when it comes to a word of the mouth or referral, this is the best conversion mechanism. Your chances, if somebody who you trust tells you about a service that you should give it a go, then you're like open to receiving that service, right? Your chances of closing it really goes up. And if you think about it, from back in the days when people did not have internet, none of that, ages ago, we would sit by the bonfire and share the stories and tell who was good and who wasn't good. And that's how we referred one another. So every other marketing outlet out there is trying to mimic that. So word of the mouth. So therefore, focus on extracting your referrals. As you get better doing this, you will see kind of like a J-curve, an exponential growth that will start happening, because once customers start referring, your closing ratio goes up and now you have more customers coming in. And usually the hardest part of getting those first few clients is once you go through this, it becomes start easier. Once you do, things will snowball from there, right? Assuming you have the right structures to allow growth to happen. So let's reinforce this and kind of like recap what we just talked about. Remember these key points. Focus on recurring revenue. Understand your true costs. Target the right clients. Build strong relationships. Create systems. Upsell strategically, and then grow carefully. So building a 10,000 monthly cleaning business takes time. It will not happen overnight. If you want the healthy business that will withstand the time and will be there years from now. But the path is clear. Start with good system, focus on client relationship, grow carefully and strategically. And here's the homework for you. Look at your current client list. Calculate how much each customer costs you. Figure out how long it takes to make profit from each one. This information will guide your growth. From there, you can figure out how many similar contracts you will need to hit that $10,000 a month. Because what you're doing is you're building out your ideal customer profile, ICP. So because once you know this, what this person likes, where the person works, who this person hangs out with, how much the person earns, what neighborhood, what activities they go to, then you just try to be at the same places where this person hangs out and attract more, and then talk the same language that this person, your ideal customer, likes to hear. Then you're going to attract your ideal customers, and you brush off everything else you don't need. Everything else is distraction. Everything else will get you off your track, and you don't want that. Your goal is to hit that $10,000. So remember, success in the cleaning isn't about cleaning better than everyone else. It's about building better systems and relationships, which these now create sustainable, profitable growth for you. So if you like this video, check out where I talk about how to create a remote cleaning business and what software I use step by step. So you can now copy that thing, replicate in your cleaning business, and achieve that your very first $1,000 every month recurring revenue. Thanks for watching. Leave a feedback and talk later. Bye.